Right, we got Philip Hatch and Genshin. I'm not going to talk for this. We got this event. There's this new polearm. This is really interesting. This stat-wise, that is actually the exact same stats as Favonius Lance. So at max level, it's 565 and attack and 30% ER. At maximum refinement, that's 40% bonus attack. So this is a really good weapon for Zhang Ling. Technically her best 4-star option. Because first of all, the catch should go to Raiden rather than Zhang Ling. And so the main 4-star competition on Zhang Ling is Favonius. But if you're using Zhang Ling on Raiden Chevres, which you likely are, because I'm pretty sure that's Zhang Ling's best team nowadays, this is actually better because Zhang Ling does not have energy problems in that team at all, especially if you're using Kujo Sara as well. So I am actually interested in getting this polearm, because yeah, this will just be a buff for my Zhang Ling. I wish a movement speed buff applied to the entire team. That would be really interesting. So there's very few things in the game which buff movement speed or attack speed. Part of why I actually really like Jean is because Jean, with her C2, buffs movement speed and attack speed, which feels very nice with Zhao. But yeah, so still 40% extra attack on Zhang Ling is going to be really nice. Movement speed is not going to matter much, but yeah, it is pretty much direct buff to Favonius Lance for Zhang Ling, so that's nice. There's this, and we got some stuff. Obviously, this is a really it's a filler patch. And I just realised, unfortunately, we're not going to have voice acting for A or Yai, which fucking sucks. So they're some of my favourite characters, so it's brilliant they're not going to get voice acted. So it's a story quest. I haven't done it yet. Don't know if I will do it. 60 primos is not a whole lot. It's not going to change my life if I don't do it. Honestly, Mizugi does seem kind of fun, but yeah, she's not good, so I'm not interested in her. This event, I've talked about this so much before. When I first saw this event, I was like, oh shit, this is really cool. I didn't realize it was an event. When I first saw this, I had not heard of this event was a thing. I guess I missed that part of the update live stream. I did not know this event was going to be a thing. So when I saw this, I thought they'd finally implemented this as a feature. It was only until like the next day where I found out, no, it's an update, it's an event, which is only being active for the next 40 days. Oh, there's a quest. I'll pick that up real quick. Yeah, so what this is people in the world where you can go talk to them. And once you talk to enough of them, you get some Primo Gems for it. I've actually already maxed out with Primo Gems rewards. This really should be a permanent event. This should just be in the game. It should just give you Primos for talking to them. And they should just be passively placed throughout the map. And they unlock as you progress through the story and story quests and stuff. This should not be a temporary event. So they managed to almost do the thing that I really wanted. Almost. I mean, if they like ran this event like every other patch, I suppose that would be a compromise, but they're not going to do that. Or at least I don't think they will. So yeah, cool idea. Still not what I would have wanted though. Yeah, so it is halfway there at least. I'm having a lot of fun with Withering Waves with Jinsei now. I might do a Withering Waves stream after this. I'm intending literally just doing this event. I don't know how long this event quest is. This could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour. I don't know. Oh my god, that's for
Huh?
dangerous woman.
Henchikaku? Why does she want me to stare? Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
Mizuki will be voice acted. Tempted to switch to Chinese voices again. How have I never noticed this quest before? Is this new?
Worthless!
God, my no. Yai Miko is a character. I really hope she comes back into a meta again at some point. So, I mean, she's great for quick bloom teams. That's very unfortunate. I think she's great for quick bloom because she has a lot of raw damage, just as much, if not more, than Fischl. But at the same time, she also has It's just unfortunate that Kuki Shinobu existing lowers the value of Yai dramatically, because you cannot beat Kuki with her role consolidation. AoE electro application, coordinated attacks, uh, and healing. Whereas Yai Miko just has damage. And also, I really hate Yai Miko having to set up 3 sentries. Whereas, like, Fischl and Kuki are just tap and forget. And I hate Miko's burst as well. But Miko did carry me for a very long time. I'm very much still glad I got her. I want to try to use catching at some point. Things, even the very best catching builds I've seen get like 70k on her burst, and I'm like, that's really good damage. No, it isn't. 70k is not good damage. Granted, my Nahida is C2, but a single Hyper Bloom can do 70k. A single Hyper Bloom. Hyper Bloom can hit twice a second. Nahida can outdamage Keqing's entire rotation in 1 second. At C2, but still, it's just Keqing is fucking awful, mate. And anything else is copium, but she does look amazing. I was just thinking about that because I talked to her this morning. One of the anecdotes, she sprained her ankle. Very upset. Right, I need to spend just resin real quick, and then we'll continue. And the thing which sucks about catching even more is that, like, my catching build. Will this be a good catching team?
Let's finish this quickly.
My catching build is a pretty good one. Let's use that. Here we go. Okay, so 50% crit rate, that's actually 65, so 65 190. Definitely need a bit more crit rate on that. It is an attack goblet. But we do have official. And also we have Farina, so we're still getting a lot of damage bonus. Let's see how catching does with this team. I feel like she's probably ended up stealing Kuki's Hyper Blooms. That's about it. I am currently saving for Farina C2. But before I do get Farina C2, I do think I will wait on the update livestream. So I still kinda...
I see everything.
I fucked up the rotation
Make
here.
yourself a move.
I still kinda want to get Aika.
The bond is strong. I'll settle this. Don't blink. Nowhere to hide. Hey. Speed of light.
But that's the thing about my catching, which just makes us so much more depressing. So she's one of the most well-built characters in my entire goddamn account. She's one of the best built characters. She was the first character I got to hit 190 crit damage. Other than Novalet. Yeah, other than Novalet. But Novalet's incredibly easy to get to hit that. It's not incredibly easy, but it's probably the easiest character in the game to get to a really good stat like that.
Shower me with praise. Let the world know. Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom.
Top right there.
Out of... Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Hey. Strike a pose. Time to shine.
Stand with me.
Incoming with sword from shadow. Hey.
Like, she is performing good to it, but I've already shown how, like, literally every DPS in the game performs really good with this team. I really do love this team core. This is probably my favourite team core. Because, again, it can make literally any DPS in the game good. Now, let me go pull out Eula, and she will fucking actually perform kind of really good with this team. No, literally, I will go pull out Eula. Also, this is a really good domain, obviously, for free crit damage you get. Let me pull out Eula, and she will...
I'll scout ahead.
She will suddenly seem very good. My Eula's also pretty damn well built as well. which makes it even wilder. I do think there's an argument that Eula is actually better than catching. If we stay on field here for a little bit, we can stack up her buff. Is it 3 or is it 5? Okay. Let's stack up to 5. Just to cheat and give her a maximum advantage. Right, there we go.
Yoo-hoo! Let the world collide! Everyone hold hands! Make yourselves a room!
Tough right there. Beg for mercy. Crush. Flood of frost. Rack and ruin.
I see everything!
More speed. Shudder.
And this is why, like, Zhao is really underrated. Zhao is actually still, like, one of the best DPSs in the game. I would say, like, unironically, I am being 100% serious when I say this. Zhao is technically a better DPS than Malrika. Technically. I do really need to stress the technically part of that. Now, obviously, Malrika gets better damage numbers in general. But the big but here, the big but here is, I mean, looking at the damage numbers that the DPS unit puts out just alone. Right? Because the thing is, like, Hu Tao, when she's not vaping or melting, obviously, like, if we just pulled out Hu Tao, I ignored my other teammates and I just went ham, her damage isn't actually all that crazy. Is it, right? The same is true for most DPSs. The exceptions really are Garnu. Hu Tao does still hit for like 20k, which is still like good. The Garnu actually hits for the same amount, but Hu Tao hits more often, so. But yeah, Garnu hits for like 20, even for like 30k, prior to any buffs from other party members. Raiden, her burst hits quite hard. Neuvillette, obviously, I think you can say Mulaney does. Yeah, so there's not a lot of characters you can say who, like, prior to applying any damage buffs to them from supports, actually do, like, really high damage. In that regard, Zhao is actually one of the best. Also Navia. Yeah, Navia. So that's the thing, like, Navia does not deal anywhere near as much damage as Hu Tao over the course of a rotation, but Hu Tao requires vapes, whereas Navia, I mean, she still requires crystallize, but it's less strict. It is. Navia is an easier to play but much weaker Hu Tao, which is fucking wild that a lot of people put Navia above Hu Tao in tier lists. It's fucking comical. No, she's not anywhere near it. Navia is far weaker than Hu Tao. But go off, sure. But yeah, the thing about Zhao is that he just has so much in his kit. Like, the plunge damage is really fucking high. Where is it? Fucking 404%. Then you get a 95% bonus on that. And then you get another 25%. Then on top of that, you have Vermilion, which gives him insanely high attack. And then you have his signature, which is also giving him even more attack. Now, that's the thing about Zhao. He has such high base scalers. He has such high base scalers that no matter what you do with Zhao, he's always going to be dealing at least like 40k a hit. That's the funny thing. When I run Zhao in this team, he outputs like 40k, sometimes 50k on his plungers.
Cold.
Whereas when I run Zhao with his team here, he outputs like only 10k more per hit, which is pretty funny. Farazan must have a massive glow up in her C6. It must be fucking massive. Because, yeah, I guess 40% extra crit damage is good. Because, like, the actual Animo damage bonus that she gives isn't all that meaningful to Zhao. Because he already has so much damage percent just in his base kit. So it's the Res Shred and the crit damage bonus that she really gives her value. And Jean doesn't really give anything. And Cloud Retainer works because she just gives like raw damage boost like Shenhe. So that's why Zhao is still like good, because he just has really high raw damage. And that technically makes him better than Malrika. Because, I mean, I don't have it personally, but I can tell you from the gameplay I have played of her, and from what I've seen of her, is that if I plopped Malrika onto this team here, Zhao would outperform her. I'm quite confident in that, actually. There's a lot of situations where characters outperform Malrika. But this is certainly one of them. But I love this team because it really, you can slot in Alhaven and just go all in on Quick Bloom. Or you can slot in literally just any DPS which has really high raw damage multipliers and doesn't interfere too much with a Quick Bloom, and you'll get a really strong team. This is a really powerful team. Now, it's largely thanks to just Hyper Bloom and Farina plus Nahida being so fucking strong. But Zhao does actually meaningfully contribute. This is a really fun team. I've been having so much fun running this. So this is Zhao's second best team behind his best in slot team. But that does require a C6 4-star, a rare 4-star, and niche 4-star, mind you, a limited 5-star, which everyone has, and a limited 5-star, which is very niche. So it is far, far easier to make this team, and it is better in most situations, because also Cloud Retainer's buff is single target as well. Anyway, yeah, let's go play this quest. Wait, did I get a... Okay, I did use it all, okay. Oh, take a walk. I love it so much. I wonder, is there actually like a new location in Inazuma City now? Is it a building that's always existed, or what? But yeah, I'm having so much fun with Zhao. I'm a little bit torn on if I do want to go for Cloud Retainer. If they do put Farazan on Cloud Retainer's banner whenever she does come back, and I imagine she will be coming back next patch, because Cloud Retainer has not had a rerun, and is now, well, she released last Lantern Light, so it has been over a year now. For her as well, I think. And she's gotten a lot of screen time recently as well, so I feel like she is coming back soon. If she has Farazan on her banner, I definitely would consider it. If she doesn't come with Farazan on her banner, I probably won't. So if I'm going to get Cloud Retainer, I would want to get all of the Infinity Stones. I'm not going to get Cloud Retainer and then have to wish on another banner to then get Farazan, just to make my Zhao's dedicated team good. See, man, it still wouldn't make him cracked. It would make him competitive with, like, Hu Tao, I think. It's actually, yeah, at that, with... Mathematically, Yeah, I do think actually he might be stronger than Hu Tao if you do assemble the Infinity Stones. Or that is if you assemble the Infinity Stones. Look, part of why Hu Tao is so amazing is that not only is she one of the best DPSs in the game still to date, but she's also really comfy DPS in
Toodaloo.
that her supports are characters which fucking everyone has. Or at least, like, you should have. Obviously, I mean, Yelan, it's been a fair bit since she ran, but she's also. They give Yelan a rerun usually, like, every, like, fucking 2 seconds. It's so weird. And kind of annoying. Like, I'm pretty sure that in the time I've been playing the game, Yelan's had, like, four banners or something like that. It's ridiculous. They run her so often. And she's just a great unit to have. And she's Hu Tao's, one of the Hu Tao's best scouters. Hu Tao is brilliant with Frina, and guess what? Frina's like the most popular character in the game's history. So everyone does have her. And you're stupid to not call her, because she is still the best character in the game. No, Maruika is not better. Nor is Jelonen. It is close. If Jelonen was Hydro, I think she probably would be better than Frina. But because Frina is Hydro, and because Frina has passive sub DPS, I think she is better than Jelonen. And also Bennett. All are great for Hu Tao. Janssen apparently is a Pyro, another Bennett apparently. She's also
Where did that
4-star,
come
which is
from?
good. It seems it's possible in the next patch we get 2 4-stars. One Pyro, one Electro. Actually no, both Electro, aren't they? So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out. It does seem the new girl
Penny's Adventure
is
Team,
a
assemble!
Electro DPS, which sucks.
Oh.
Especially since she's a 4-star. We have way too many Electro DPSs. Way too many. Let's count them. 1. Yes, the Miko can be used as a DPS. She isn't usually, but she can be a DPS in quick boom teams. Raiden is a DPS. Sub DPS support. Official is a sub DPS, but she can be used as a physical DPS. DPS, and also fucking awful. DPS and support. DPS and support and sub DPS. Wow, Beidou does literally everything. DPS, DPS, DPS. And a little bit of sub DPS as well. Electro has way too many DPSs, especially for an element which isn't all that good as a DPS element. So the fact that I really like her design, so it's a damn shame that it seems like they have made her a DPS, and Janssen is just support. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be using her, because I do already have Kujo Sara at C6 and build, so I don't think I'll need Janssen. But I haven't actually read her kit, I just heard that she's a new Bennett, and she is Electro, because her vision is Electro, isn't it? Yeah, we have way too many Electro DPSs for an element which isn't good at being a DPS. Like, Yai Miko is so obscure as a DPS, most people don't even know she can be used as a DPS. So that goes to show how good she is. Raiden only really became a good DPS with the release of Chevres. Catching is fucking awful and is one of the worst DPS in the whole game. Lisa is not good. Razor is not good, and nobody uses Beidou as a DPS either. Literally, like, every Electro DPS has a major failing in their kit. Like, Raiden also needs to be C2 as well. Obviously, Raiden National exists, but in that team, Raiden is less of a DPS and more of a support. She's they call it a driver, don't they? She's just there to cause overrape. Her skill gives bonus damage to bursts, and she's there to restore energy. That's it. Well, let's actually play the event. I've been yapping for half an hour.
Ah, welcome, honored traveler. Guji told me about your visit. Please, come in. The almighty Shogun is also...
Now, there's no need to be so stubborn about this. I'll adjust the budget here, and we'll definitely turn a profit.
No. We must confirm the official representative before discussing details. There is an order to this that must be followed.
From the way she's talking, this must be the Shogun, right?
Ah, little one. It's about time. Come, I have a contract for you to sign.
Whoa, we're not just gonna sign a random contract out of the blue!
Hardly. Oh, well, labor is a part of it, but you will be compensated.
So it is as bad as Paimon thought.
I see. So she's the representative you selected. She would indeed be the perfect candidate for the Mikawa Flower Festival. When the yokai still roamed the land, they celebrated an event known as the Mikawa Flower Festival. It was an occasion for drink, laughter, and merriment.
We hosted a version of it during the Test of Courage. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, we weren't able to put on a large celebration. So, I got to thinking, why not have another go? This time with the Mikawa Flower Festival for yokai and humans alike. One that combines human ingenuity with yokai arts to offer the most innovative and thrilling entertainment of our time. Open to all humans and yokai throughout the land.
Entertainment, huh? Wait, kind of like a Kitsu Yuge and a Kitsu Hanea Sobi? Those games were really fun.
For an important event like this, an official representative is required to preside over the festivities. In the past, the role was usually given to the Guji, or an individual from the Yashiro Commission. But this time...
Neither myself nor the Kamisato family can assume the position, given we represent one side or the other, the yokai or the humans.
Human you may be, but you possess a deep connection with the yokai, and you do not hail from this land. That makes you a more neutral option. Moreover, you took part in the previous festival during the Test of Courage. In my estimation, there is no better candidate for the role.
Plus, your name has the potential to attract an even greater showing. So are you going to sign this thing, or what?
Huh. You've got a point. Then let's go ahead and... Wait! Paimon almost fell into our trap!
Oh, come now. This is for an important occasion, is it not? Even I've chosen to throw profit to the wind. Surely a selfless hero like yourself wouldn't turn your back on a good cause.
According to the proposal, the proceeds will be distributed as follows. 40% to Yae Publishing House, and 10% to the festival representative.
Hey, no fair!
Now, 10% might not sound like much, but Yae Publishing House is going to great lengths for this occasion, both in time and personnel. All you need to do is show your face. Getting smart, aren't you, little one? In that case, I'll throw in another 10% from the other half of the proceeds.
No, the other half is going to the shogunate. That is not up for negotiation. But I am rather curious about the supposed great lengths you mentioned. Unless I am mistaken, most of the personnel and supplies are to be provided by the shogunate. In that sense, 40% seems rather high for your establishment, does it not?
That A. When did she reprogram you to argue back like this?
Proceeds should be distributed according to contribution. Besides, from the very beginning, you planned to allocate an additional 10% of your share to the traveler, did you not?
Wait, so earlier you were just trying to shortchange us?
What's the fun in bargaining if you open up with your best offer right off the bat?
Paimon doesn't see the fun at all. But 20% is... acceptable.
games have always been a central part of the festival, and both Akitsu Haneyosobi and Akitsu Yuge were extremely popular. So, the plan is to host an event where the attendees have 48 hours to create a game of their own. We'll have new and exciting entertainment in no time.
Ooh, everyone loves fun games. You won't have to worry about attracting humans and yokai to the event.
That is the general plan. I'll leave you to iron out the finer details and contact the participants. This is a critical time for the Shogunate's new development plans, and the survey team is returning momentarily, so I must turn my attention to them.
Got it. We'll see you later then. Jinju Forest. Let's pay a visit to our old friend Ioroi.
Is this the Bathhouse event? No, Mizuki's right there. Also, I do love the event art. Let me just Oh.
Oh, but before I forget, you should eat this kitsune meal first.
Whoa, it
I'm
smells
so
good.
glad I actually managed to get the voice actors.
Oh,
They,
and also kind
I
of
know
like
they
fried
sorted
tofu
out.
for some reason.
Actually, the grim thing that their strike didn't work, as far as I understand. Their studio never gave up. They simply, all the voice actors just decided to move to a new company. But the company that was trying to get their voices converted to AI, I think they never backed down. That's a bit sad. But yeah, so the situation is solved by, so within the next couple of patches they should hopefully be back to normal. So I do wonder how they did arrange. Maybe they managed to get them in like last minute for these lines. So I do figure with the modularity of Genshin's dialogue system, it probably is not hard for them to just put the lines in the game. Just knowing how, game design actually works. It probably wouldn't be all that hard for them to, once the lines are recorded, for them to actually put them in the game. So I could see it being done like last minute. Or maybe I and Raiden are separate to a voice. I don't know. Whether I'm just really glad they got them in, because that would be just so fucking sad. If these two were in an event and we didn't get voice acting. So they're both amongst the game's best characters. I'm not about to tell you Raiden is like well written, because obviously major problems with Inazuma's main arc and her story quests. Second one is a bit boring.
Wait, why do I smell kitsune?
Raiden's
Remember us,
ultimate
Ioroi?
burst animation is like
It's you, youngsters.
50% of her appeal as a character, and the other 50% is her relationship with Miko.
The nasty kitsune who turned Chinju Forest into the playground for her test of courage.
Oh, Chinju Forest is supposed to be your
It is unfortunate she never really received judgment
no
for
wonder he's
people
so
that
mad.
died
Exactly.
in the Civil
How
War.
could you hold a test of courage without inviting
I'm about to go on
me?
a rant about Inazuma's Civil War being
so
underdeveloped.
that's what he's angry about.
So I guess we never really even saw anyone die, but obviously it did happen.
Anyway, what brings you all here?
Also, she
Something to
almost
discuss?
sliced us in half. Fuck's sake. I had an idea earlier today, which I thought would be so fucking cool.
Courage.
So
It was my mistake not to invite more yokai
sorry, I'm
to
gonna
the
pause this.
ceremony. So for this Mikawa Flower Festival, I knew I had to extend a personal invitation to the Bake Danuki.
I had one of the conversations with Fischl, which is cool, in the Favonius library. And I had a thought, because I know there was the event with Fischl when the game first came out, where she got her skin and she confronted herself or whatever. I thought it would be so cool if they gave us a 5-star version of Fischl where she has grown out of her act, and so instead of Fischl, it's Amy. So the actual character name, when you pull it, is Amy rather than Fischl, because that's her real name. She maybe has a different costume, and I really think Genshin should start actually introducing dual element characters. I think it'd be really cool if either her vision went to Oz, or Oz got a vision himself somehow, and that gives her two elements. And I was thinking it makes sense to be Electro and Animo, because she's from Mondstadt, so Animo makes sense, and Electro and Animo go well together. Or at least are supposed to. Taser's not that great, but that's supposed to be an appeal of Electro. And I just thought that'd be really cool to have her be a dual element DPS. Well, not DPS, because again, too many Electro DPSs. You'd still have her be a sub DPS, and then maybe give her grouping. Granted, that would just directly power creep Venti, maybe. But I don't know, just give her some of the benefits, and then she can also hold Viridescent Venever. I just think that'd be really cool. I mean, also have her be grown up as well. I just thought that'd be so badass. So again, the thing is, a bunch of these characters were like underage at the start of Genshin chronologically, but now they aren't actually. The Genshin is coming up on 5 years. And these characters, like Zhang Ling is what, 15 at the start of Genshin's timeline? Zhang Ling is like 20, she's like almost as old as me now. And they really could have, it reminds me of in Warframe, how they decided that instead of just progressing the story, and having the character actually grow up as the story progressed, they instead decided the better idea is to introduce a really poorly developed multiverse. I'm still not over New War. I still think it was a fucking disaster. I still think Drifter was a really bad idea, and they should have just fucking aged up for Tenno, because we did grow up with Tenno. It may be jarring for newer players, but most of Warframe players are not new players. Most of Warframe's player base is for veterans who've been playing the game for years, actually. And so, for a lot of players, especially myself, I literally grew up with my operator, when I first unlocked them, was actually probably older than I was at the time. It's like the operator, you probably could say they're like 15, or you kind of look like 15-ish. That's the kind of age I would give them. And they are older than that, because they are. But that's kind of what they look to be. And at the time, if I unlocked the operator, I would have been 11. Now, the operator is still fucking 15, and I'm 21, dear God. A lot of us literally grew up without operators, so the fact that they just threw the drifter in instead of just aging up the operator was so awful. Because the other obvious way to do it is just, you can have it be a time skip in the New War. So there was a time skip in the New War, we just don't really know how long it was. There's a skip immediately after the Tenno is killed and Drifter emerges. There's some amount of time there, we don't know how long it was. There was an amount of time. You could have just made it be like 10 years. And I don't care. I genuinely think it would have been better if you could literally have a New War, everything happened exactly the same. You know, it would be that Ballast stabs a Tenno and they fall into a void portal, and then it cuts to a Drifter showing up. And I still think it would be genuinely a better story if a Drifter didn't exist and it was just for Tenno in the Drifter's outfit. Anyway. And there's no explanation for them coming back. I would genuinely prefer that over the Drifter. So I think the Drifter was a fucking awful idea. And the whole multiverse in Warframe is not good. How did this start? How did I get onto this? Oh yeah, having characters like actually grow up with the story in live service games. Yeah, that. Because time is passing in the real world, and because events and stuff happen, it implies that time is also advancing in the game world at the same time, at probably the same pace. And so, because of that, feels weird that characters are eternally 15. Especially like with certain characters where that's part of like their character, like Yao Yao. Yao Yao had a really wholesome interaction with Madame Ping where she's like learning pole arms. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if Yao Yao grew up and got a 5-star version where she becomes the most badass polearm user ever? Well, that'd be so fucking cool. Fucking do that. Have your world fucking develop. Jesus Christ.
Huh?
Anyway, let's play the game.
Mikawa Flower Festival? Yes! The Mikawa Flower Festival! Huh?
I don't know if all that is audible on my...
Jose?
Yeah, I have family
Yokohama?
over.
Where'd you come from?
Never trust an apology from a kitsune, or an invitation for that matter. It's just a silly festival. So what if there's delicious food or fun games?
Yum, yum! Fun!
That's enough, you two. Don't fall for the kitsune's cheap tricks. Such hopeless, innocent cubs.
What a shame. I was hoping to take you all to the festival, but it would seem Ioroi disapproves. I suppose it makes sense. Poor Ioroi, stuck in this statue all alone while the rest of you got to have fun. How sad that would be.
Poor Ioroi.
Excuse you. I am Ioroi, the Kakushigami of the Bakke Danuki. Yes. Just worried the cubs will get distracted and stray from the Tanuki path.
I should also mention I was hoping the Bakke Danuki could help the humans take their games to the next level. Talented as you are in the art of transformation. In Inazuma,
Also, I met
only
Shenhe,
the
which made me
Bakke
start to
Danuki
regret
can hope
not
to match
bullying
the
her,
kitsune
but,
in that area.
Again, I have heard that Frina
The
C2 is
kitsune
straight
could
up better
never
than
rival the
Shenhe,
transformative gifts of the
so I'm
Bakke
hoping
Danuki.
that will be fine.
Oh, well, I was thinking of using the Bakke Danuki as the symbol of the event.
Really
and the
want to start using
promotions and
Kazuha
such.
in more teams again, because
But
I rarely
alas,
use
it
him
would
now.
seem that you don't like that idea, Ioroi. No
Mainly
matter,
because like his
I shall
best
simply
partner is
seek the help
Novelet,
of the
and I
kitsune.
don't use Novelet,
When
so...
the time comes, all of Inazuma will know the kitsune stepped in to accomplish what the Bakke Danuki
I
could
should have
not.
gotten Novelet C1. If I didn't get Novelet C1, I would have gotten Baiju on banner. I did put some wishes towards him, but I never
It worked, didn't it?
wanted to fully invest, just in case, because I wanted to save the wishes for Frina.
My dear
If I
cubs,
hadn't gotten Novelet C1, I
transforming
totally
into
could have
things
gone
that
for
already
Baiju.
exist is only a small fraction of what
Yeah,
it
I
means
shouldn't
to
have done
become a
that.
great Bakke
I shouldn't have.
Danuki. To even get a quarter of the way through
The
your
last part, I
training,
went for
you
that
must
because I was
be
like,
able to
oh
turn
yeah,
into
I'll get
things
Frina
of your
C2
own
as well, and
invention.
they'll combo
Just
really
like
well together,
when
and they
I turned
will.
into a gigantic
But
ramen bowl
Novelet
that
is
could
my
fly.
least favourite partner for
So
Frina.
go forth and seize this opportunity so you can advance the name of the... no, I mean
I didn't
advance
realise
your
I actually
training.
didn't like Novelet.
Not all humans are bad and scary. Some
Yeah,
are
it turns
good,
out I
just
don't.
like these youngsters. Go with them and transform into things you've never tried before.
Don't
I
worry,
don't regret
Ioroi.
pulling him though, because
The little
Novelet was my
Danuki
first
are safe
ever
with me.
36 star of the
You're
Abyss.
the one I'm worried about.
Thanks to him, so...
Well, we're here too. We'll make sure they don't, stray from the path.
I'll hold you to that. Now, Kichiboshi, Chose, Yobu Koban, while you're out there, always listen to...
Yep. Always listen to Whitefur. And Miss Yellowfur. And Auntie Pink. Miss Pinkfur.
I almost forgot. Given their level of training, speaking to humans will be a problem. Just a moment, I'll cook up a few Bakke Danuki meals to keep on hand.
No need. Here, Miss Pinkfur prepared a special kitsune meal for you all. It will give you the ability to speak to humans.
You stole our tricks too? And changed the name?
Yum!
Is it really that much better than mine?
Splendid. That should make our lives easier. Now we can head into the city and start forming the teams. Well, we need more than Bakke Danuki power to design these games. 2 humans per team should suffice, I'd say. Now, I need to discuss the
Hold on. You're not taking part, Miko? You're really gonna sit out on the fun? You of all people?
Making games is nowhere near as fun as playing them. Besides, working through the night certainly isn't my idea of a good time.
Making games? Working? Through the night?
Anyway, this time I'm going to wait for the fun to come to me. See you later, little ones.
City! So many. Gotta farm beans. White fur, yellow fur. How do we farm beans? Farm teams, not farm beans. Yeah, that's right. People with the same taste, this easy peasy. Farm beans that taste the same. No, wait, that's not. And they're gone. In different directions. Longhorned Oni and Shorthorned Oni. Shosei, there you are. White fur, yellow fur. Shosei found white fur and yellow fur number 2. Shosei loves to play. Longhorn and Shorthorn Oni also love to play. Hitotsumi Kozo and the others did all the work, Bullchucker. You're really lumping them in with your gang? Hitotsumi Kozo and his friends did come up with the Akitsu Yuge. Hornless Oni? Hornless Oni? Oh, so scary.
What other monumental changes?
White fur! Yellow fur! Over here! Hey! I'm a Muchina, not a Tanuki! Oh, Muchina yokai that can turn in... No, wait. I'm not a Muchina or a Tanuki. I'm Sayu. Tanuki? Muchina? Sayu? So many transformations! I don't transform at all. I've been a human this whole time. Who is this guy anyway? Popping up out of nowhere right when I found a spot to sleep? Sorry, this is probably the first time Kichi... Not this again. Just saw you. There. Silly humans. This human really. Boy, where?
Oh god, it's actually been a while since Yoimiya got a run, isn't it? I think some people said they don't think we'll see an Inazuma Chronicled banner soon. I definitely think we will. I think Inazuma, rerun-wise, is in a really bad state right now. It's been like a year since Yoi... Well, let's go through it after this cutscene.
Right when I was trying to run. About that. Taller than a house?
So sad that Yoimiya is not voice
It's
acted.
not ninjutsu. It's... See? We grow
Because
taller.
Yoimiya is lovely.
Sorry. Just
So
thinking about
Yoimiya's
something
character
said-
who, like, I'm almost tempted to pull just because I like him.
guess.
Like, she'd be a downgrade to, like, every DPS I have. She'd probably be, like, my
Alright,
worst
let's go
DPS,
discuss this
but I would
ninjutsu.
still want her.
No,
Just
this
because I
fucking
really like
energy-
her as a character.
I'll
Could make her
pop-
good. I have all her best supports. So. But yeah, if we look at this, if we look at Inazuma 5 stars, right? So let's look at like when we last ran. Okay, who we got here? Okay. No, Chiori is technically Inazuma. We're not going to count her. Right, so Inazuma 5 stars. Right, we've got Yaimiko, who last ran quite a while ago. Wasn't it alongside Alhaven? Her last run? It's been a while. Ayato has been over a year, I'm pretty sure. Ito has been over a year. Kokomi has been over a year. A just got her rerun, but she's an Archon. Yoimiya, I'm pretty sure it's been over a year at this point. Ayaka is approaching a year, I think. I think she's not quite there, but I think she's close to it. Kazuha. How long has it been for Kazuha? It's been a while for Kazuha as well. Probably best part of a year. It is pretty bad for like now. Like back in the day when it was like took 1 year for Shenhe to rerun, people were like, oh my god. But I remember when Eula was like approaching a year and people were like, wow, that's crazy. Like now, Eula's like for standard now. We have a sheer number of Inazuma 5 stars that are coming up on a really long rerun time. I do think we're going to see like a lot of them rerun soon, or we will get a Chronicled Wish. Hopefully, we get a Chronicled Wish. Because I would like to get Ayato. I think I do like his playstyle, and I would love to try to make him and Ayaka work on a team together. So I totally think I could do it. I absolutely think I could. Ayaka, Ayato, Nahida, Kuki. There you go. if there's any chance of the team not being good, just throw on a Hyper Bloom core. It works 100% of the time. It does. I think that would be a functional team. It wouldn't be top tier, but it would work, I think. Because Ayato has Hydro sub DPS, doesn't he? Yeah. This is Hydro sub DPS's burst. 18 seconds. And there you go. He also has technically has a low energy cost of only 40. Technically. So yeah, in this team we'll be using him as a sub DPS. He'd probably only be on field for a couple of seconds at a time, so he'd cast us and then just go off field, so then he'd get a lot out of his passive. Oh, he's a HP scaler. I never knew he was actually a HP scaler. Yeah, I would love to. If I had a Chronicled Wish, what I would do is I would hope to get Ayaka and Ayato in like the same temple or something like that. Obviously, the less pools the better, but I would like to get both so I can run both together. Because I really like them both as characters, actually. But you get Inazuma cooked. We got Kazuha, who's just fucking epic. Ayaka, who's great. Obviously, Ayaka used to be the most popular character in the game for a reason. Yoimiya is lovely. We all love Yoimiya. Sara is Kyujo Sara. Everyone loves Raiden. We love Kokomi. Kokomi's great. Toma is cool. I used to hate Toma. I've grown to love him. Goro is a bit shit. I don't know why he exists. Everyone loves Ito. Yunjin is not an Inazuma character. Yaimiko is arguably like the best character in the whole game, and Ayato's was cool too. He's there. He is cool. I do like him. So I'd love to get both. So in the ideal world, we are both on Chronicled Wish, and I can just get them both easily. I can lose the 50-50 on one of them, and then that allows me to get the other. And yeah, if I get Frina C2, then I could still make Ayaka freeze work as well. Oh, that reminded me. Real quick, I gotta fix this. Yeah, I do think if we don't get an Inazuma Chronicled banner within like the next 2 patches, I think we are gonna have a problem. Because we need some Inazuma reruns.
What are you doing? Spying on great yokai.
I really do think
Great
Genshin is
yokai was
kind of
So,
trying
what
to
do you
kill
think?
itself.
Are you interested in our proposal?
Oh, I'll listen to this. Oh, Kokomi's not voice acted. Don't tell me Goro is.
1 second. I believe someone's listening. Hello over there? You're more than welcome to join, but a face-to-face conversation is more appropriate.
Thing is,
don't
I
you
actually
think?
kinda... I really like what I've seen of her.
Yokai found us.
So it's a shame that she
It's
sucks.
just us.
It's entirely possible that some other character... To me, she's just like a worse Nilu.
There's no need to be nervous, you two. It's not like I think you're corporate spies.
I also like that she's using her new face structure.
As for you, it's been a while since I've met
I
one of
really
your
like her
kind.
design.
What's your name? Is Ioroi doing well? Huh?
Oh, this is Kyobu Koban. It's his first time visiting.
So, still sealed in that statue then. I suppose it can't be helped. Nice to meet you, Gyobu Koban.
What's that?
My name is Yumei
Bow she
Mizuki
has.
Mizuki.
That almost looks like a
I'm a
vision.
Yumeku Ibaku. We're yokai, just like you.
Great yokai is surprisingly friendly? Oh, Isa Bathhouse is expanding to Watatsumi Island?
All valid points. We do need to differentiate the brand. We could place a greater emphasis on physiotherapy. Or add some popular activities, such as carefully designed games.
Games? Game?
Of course. Games are often used in psychological treatment to put patients at ease. Anyway, the topic of games really seemed to pique your interest. Is there something going on?
But yeah, we really need some excitement in Genshin. So the newest region, exploration-wise, is fine. It's not as good as Fontaine was,
Nico.
and I also don't think as good as Sumeria was.
I knew I smelled
Like,
scheming
obviously,
in the air.
some of the exploration, the mechanics are really good, problem is just that the level design is not as interesting or not as fresh as Sumeru was. I think if you explore Natlan before Sumeru somehow, you probably would think that Sumeru was worse, but I think very few people are going to do that. Yes, Sumeru is just so fresh and fun to explore. Despite, like, mechanically it's fairly simple. There's Dendrogana, and that is literally it.
Rivalries aside,
That's like
I
all
have
the
no
exploration
qualm
mechanics
using
Sumeru
Yai
has.
Publishing
There's the
House's
spree
resources
boards,
to our
there's the
advantage. Besides,
grappling
if I
kind of
remember
hook
correctly,
thingies, there's
you have a
the
connection to Yai
electric
Publishing
mechanics
House
which
as
rarely
well,
get
don't you,
used.
General Goro? You work on the That's Life column.
There's a pyro mechanic as well, the inverse to electro. But yeah, they don't get used a
If our
whole lot.
venture is to focus on
Fontaine,
games,
however, of course, has an
then as
entirely new
future
form of
business
exploration.
partners, I'm sure you would appreciate an opportunity to see what I can do.
Yes, we've had a really weak region, we've had a really bad narrative, we've had some really
Agreed.
boring
Then
characters.
why don't we discuss some of the
Kit-wise,
finer details
and
before the
Mariko is just
festival
gonna
begins?
a worse Zhangling in terms of sub DPS, and a side grade to Hu Tao and Arlecchino in terms of actual DPS. And as a support, she's not good as an Archon. Sitlali, who is so niche, is painful. Mualani, who's a side grade to Novelet, who himself, neither of which are particularly fun. Kanich, who is the worst character in the game. He is awfully boring to play, and he's also extremely boring narratively.
Okay,
No
that
interesting
should be enough
4
teams.
stars
Time
so
to
far,
report back
except
to the Crossroad Commission.
Aurora is cool, kit-wise, not narratively.
Miss Kamisato, this is the list of stage
Please tell me
materials for
Aika's
your
voice
review.
acted.
Miss Kamisato, I have your schedule for tomorrow.
The list looks fine. As for the schedule, let's move the meeting with the Tenryo Commission up a little. They're in charge of festival security, so that should take precedence.
Oh, she looks super busy. Should we come back later?
Oh, Traveler! Oh no, you're fine. You caught me just as I was finishing up, actually. Lady Guji said you're the official festival representative, and you've been busy recruiting participants.
I don't know what the
So, I
leaks
should do my
say
part
for next
too, right?
patch.
For large events like the Test of Courage,
I
Brother
do
usually
still
does
want
most of the
Aika, I
organizing.
think. Less for
But
strength
this
and more
time,
so,
I
again,
wanna
nowadays I'm
take
just
some
playing
work
for
on his
more for
back.
fun than anything. Yeah, I really do want to get Aika. I really do. I really want to try Melt Aika, and I really want to try Hyperfridge Aika. Not sure she'd be better than Garnu for Hyperfridge. We'll see. Yeah, I really hope next patch, or the patch after next, has an Inazuma Chronicles Wish. But yeah, we really need more stuff in Genshin to make it exciting again. Because it's been a while. The last time Genshin was exciting was probably the launch of Natlan, before we knew it was going to be really disappointing. Yeah, so like the first couple of days of Natlan was sort of last time Genshin was actually exciting. So it's been a while. The last patch of a game that I would say was like actually like a really good one is Chenyu Vale. And Chenyu Vale was last year's Lantern Rights. It's been a year. It's been a year of just straight trash. So it's not great. But we move. We really need some exciting patches. We really need some exciting banners. Really wish Genshin would do the same thing Star Rail was doing and just give 5 characters on every banner. I think that'd work. Just replace the regular banners with Chronicled Wish. I think every banner should be Chronicled Wish now.
I hope so.
Oh, Oh, speaking of the recruitment, we found a bunch
It's
of
so
people.
nice to see
We should
Ayaka.
be
It's
good
been
to
so
go.
long, actually.
Oh, already? That was fast. I wasn't sure we would find enough participants. I thought I might have to sign up myself. Oh, don't worry about it. I can only focus on so many things anyway. If we have enough people, I should stick to organizing. I suppose I'm a little sad about not taking part. But I'm looking forward to the festival all the same. When the time comes, perhaps we could check it out together.
Nope. Also, a great thing about Ayaka is Wolf Fang is probably one of her best weapons, and I have it refinement 4. So, I think I would have a hard time making her work.
Miss Kamisato! Another letter from the Kanjo Commission.
Coming! Sorry, duty calls. We'll have to talk about our plans another time. My brother's the one overseeing the teams. I believe he's in the courtyard with Lady Guji. You can go in when you're ready.
Thanks, Ayaka. See you later.
See you later.
Wow, Ayaka's really working hard. Guess we should follow suit. You're the
It's about time. I could hear you talking outside.
As much as I do want to make the Ayaka Ayato duo, I don't think I would be willing to spend money on the Ayato.
Oh, don't worry about
Just
it.
again,
We
it
were
would be
talking
purely
to
for
Ayaka
fun. So
anyway.
Now that young lady is one enthusiastic volunteer.
It would literally just be
Especially when she
purely
heard
for
about your
satisfaction of
involvement,
having the
Traveler.
two siblings on
Solved
one
our
team.
personnel problem in one fell swoop.
It's like literally, Farina would just be straight up better in that proposition. But then again, having Ayato would then free up Farina for Team 2. Which could be nice.
Hardly. It was entirely her decision. Besides, you really think I could order her around with her big brother standing right there?
I do think I do have some more counters I would need to make Ayato good. I have all counters I would need to make his taser teams. I have Yunjin to support his normal attacks. I think I can make him work.
Huh. Mizuki signed up
Also
too?
on Honkai Star Rail, I did
Along
get
with
Silver
the
Wolf.
Soul of
Yes,
the
I did
Deep.
whale for her.
Now this is getting interesting. I knew it was a good idea to put you in charge of recruitment,
But
Traveler.
it worked. And again, I was not about to miss her. I did say, I'm pretty sure if you go back to one of my Star Rail streams, I have no clue which,
Oh,
and
is
I have
that
no clue
so?
when.
Then perhaps I
But I
should up
did
the
say during
ante.
one of my Star Rail streams, I did say, if Silver Wolf runs,
Does
I am
everything set
getting
on your
her.
end, then?
I don't care what it takes, I will get her. And so I did get her. It did cost me a lot of money. But I did get her.
Yes, that's all well and good. I just have one
It's the
small
last money I'm
adjustment.
going to spend on Star Rail. I'm not spending any more money on that game. I am done.
Why so anxious?
Never anymore.
I'm just trying to
Well,
keep
I've
things
snapped Silver Wolf
exciting.
onto my Ching
When
Chui
we're
team,
ready to
and I
announce
think
the
I'm going to also
theme,
try using
come
her
to
with
the festival
Acheron.
grounds at the foot of Mount Yogo. We'll
And
see you
take
there.
Acheron out of my... Or take Robin out of my Acheron team. So I can use Robin teams alongside Acheron. And so when I'm running Black Swan and Silver Wolf together. Which could be a bad idea, but could also be a really good idea. The Silver Wolf applies debuffs just as well, if not better than Black Swan. Thing is, Black Swan is guaranteed to apply debuff on literally every single attack she does. I think Silver Wolf is the same. Thanks to her bug passive. So my previous Acheron team was Aventurine, Robin, Black Swan, and Acheron. So yeah, I've replaced Robin with Silver Wolf there.
The theme for the games is being announced today, right? Who knows what Miko's got up her sleeve? Let's go check it out.
But the thing is, Silver Wolf is not, like, a lot of people talk about her being bad now. And, like, I get it. Think she's not, like, a bad character. She's really strong, actually. She is, like, a really good character. The problem is that she's just too niche. Because, like, all the characters she supports aren't good characters now. Like, my main usage for her is going to be to pair with my C6 fucking Ching Chui. Which is horrendously niche. But it actually works kind of decent so far. Ching Chui is actually hitting for like 70,000 damage on an enhanced basic attack.
Hey, Sarah!
And she can then also, because she's C6, I can have her do a follow-up attack, which then does the same amount. So I can actually have my Ching Chui hit for like 150,000 damage on an attack, which is actually like pretty good. Considering my Herta hits for like Fei Zhao hits for 200,000, 130 to 200,000 on her ultimate, and my Acheron hits for 100,000 to 200,000, and my Herta hits for 100,000 to 300,000. So Ching Chui, a 4-star from when the game released, hitting for 150 when she's not even like fully developed, because her artifact set is awful.
Well, that's definitely more than enough.
And it's not her best in slots either, so I really need to invest in them. With all that considered, is actually like good. I thought Ching Chui was trash, but no, she's still actually almost usable.
That's the reason?
She's definitely usable in like casual play. I don't know if she would be able to handle. I know she cannot handle endgame content like MOC or pure fiction and stuff like that. But she might be able to handle bosses and casual gameplay. Yeah, I got Silver Wolf for fun. So I'm at a point with Star Rail, I don't care anymore. So it's just going to power quick everything within a month anyway, so what's the point trying to keep up? Just don't. Just go for fun. And Silver Wolf is fun, so I went for it. And I'm never spending any more money on that game, because that game is fucking horrendous. It's disgusting. Horrible game.
Ah, you're here. Now we can get the ball rolling. Right on time, I'd say. I was just about to announce the theme for the games. Oh, this? Just a little something to spice things up. So, stay tuned.
Oh my. Favorite that.
So sleepy. Can't wait anymore.
A theme decided by Miko and the Yashiro Commission. What's it gonna be?
One thing we all share is our capacity to dream. Outlandish fantasies of the mind, nostalgic memories of the past, or telling reflections of our inner selves. In a similar sense, games also blur the lines between fantasy and reality. Just like our dreams, the bounds of possibility are as limitless as our imagination. With that in mind, your task is to create a game within the next 48 hours centered around the theme of dreams. The genre and style are completely up to you.
Okay, nothing too crazy so far.
And to provide some additional motivation, the winning team will be awarded the Tanuki Game Award, as well as a generous sum of mora, and a sponsorship from Yai Publishing House to fully develop the game and promote it throughout all Inazuma.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm here for the Yai Miko Game Awards.
interest of fairness, the evaluation committee will decide the winner based on attendee feedback, as well as the opinion of our festival representative. Now, with that out of the way, let the game development begin. The 48-hour countdown begins now. Looks like things are going well. We've just started, and it seems like all our teams have a plan.
This is literally a game jam.
Plus,
Yeah,
with the
Miko's hosting a
transformative
fucking
powers
game
of the
jam. That's not what I was
Dakedaiki,
expecting.
bringing those visions to fruition should be a lot easier. As the festival's most important judge and representative, you should go check on the progress, don't you think? It all comes down to fairness, as I said. I worked with the Yashiro Commission to come up with the theme, so the judging must go to someone else. Oh, no need to stress, though. It's all fun and games, is it not? Just choose the one you enjoy the most. Of course, if it's appearances you're worried about, you could always... I don't know. Check in on the teams and ask about their ideas? And that proves that I picked the right person. Go on then, I won't keep you.
But yeah, Miko, what do you mean doesn't know game design? Is there an actual mechanic to this event? Oh my god. Oh, I love that animation. Okay, there are mechanics to this. I got a screenshot of that. Any Yai Miko in cat form, screen time has to be screenshotted. It is my legal obligation. So clean. Oh, that's great. Lovely. Right, so what's actually going on in this event? Where's the bathhouse? Is that going to be a separate event? I thought it was an event. I'm
So,
confused.
you need to pick the best game, huh? Well, why don't we take a look around to get a feel for things? Then we can go talk to Miko.
Okay. What was I about to say? I completely blanked.
Wow, look at this! You've made so much progress already! He helped with the gameplay too. All we
Things
had was
Aiko is always a
prototype,
character
and
where,
now
like,
it's ready for
I
playtesting
probably,
already.
if I want to
His
get her, I
skills are
will wail for
amazing.
it. So,
Chichi Boshi, amazing! So, how do we play? It doesn't seem super obvious. Orange fur? So, you could say that your game unifies human ingenuity with white fur. You sure sound official, all of us. This new style of game development deserves a name. How about Unreal? Oh, or Unity.
shut up, Paimon. What a nightmare.
Hey? A little acknowledgement would be nice. Yeah, it's based on a dream I had. With my clones around. So, even... It's just... I got so well, then... But if your clones
Shout out to Goddo.
Doesn't all that... Oh, well...
I don't know anything about Goddo. The game engine. There's one guy in my uni who uses it.
That's a long story.
Sorry, guy, not guy.
Wanna just
Girl.
give it a try? Awesome! All you have to do is put your hand on the board and close your eyes.
This is literally the same event which is on in Star Rail right now. Okay. Did I fall asleep on the Star Rail stream last night? I think I might have. I feel like there was just one moment where, like, I think I, like, looked at the screen and I was like, oh shit, I haven't done anything, like, half an hour or something. Right, so how's this gonna work, Focus? Oh, this is a way to adapt to it, I guess. I wonder, actually, how easy would it be to program that? Okay, let's hope I gave myself enough time there. So I wasn't really paying much attention. Right, go. Okay, here we go. Can you write data to a timeline in Unreal? I've never tried that. Wait, does it have to be prior to 3 rounds? I really do like these kinds of events where it's just like chill stuff.
Boss Toma is the best!
Anything for Boss Toma.
Wait, where's an
Whoa,
Instagram post I
guess
got?
this team really hit it off. Wafer!
Right. Terrific.
Get out of my way!
No. What classifies for perfect? I like her. Thing is, little mini games like this probably aren't easy to make, actually. I think tomorrow I want to finish BoJack Horseman. I have the last 2 episodes of the show left, which I've heard are turbulent. So I left them both for one day. But I want to also do the Honkai Star Rail event and this event. I don't want to be behind.
Useless.
I'm going to have to do a lot of
Hey
catch
there,
up.
Mizuki, Kokomi, and Gyobu Koban. How are things going over here?
Was that supposed to be... Was that supposed to be some kind of joke? That's a weird line. These character actress Margot Martindale.
Piece of cake. Experienced, huh?
I'm not sure it gives me an advantage, per se. The games I use are for clinical purposes, not entertainment. But if we want that award, we need something a lot more fun. So my experience only goes so far.
Huh. Using dreams to test a dream eater? Yeah, it does sound like some kind of challenge.
We haven't had any drip marketing for Skirk, have we? So we can... Rest assured Skirk's not coming quite so soon. Yeah, she is supposed to be coming up, isn't she?
Wow, that's a lot of scheming.
I do appreciate at least it seems like we're getting 2 4-stars in one patch for that now. That's good.
In first place, the prestige will help us get the word
Honkai
out,
Star Rail
which
hasn't
should increase
released.
the popularity of the bathhouse on Watatsumi
Oh god.
Island.
When was the last time Honkai Star Rail released a 4-star character? Did March release after Penacone? Yes, she did. Okay. So it is March 7th for Hunt, who was given out for free to every player. But that's it. I think March was the last 4-star released. Before her, it was Gallagher. So he released 1 4-star of Starter Penacone, and then 1 4-star in the middle of it, and that's it. As the last 2 4-stars you got. And like, March 7th on her own is kind of not great. She's not bad, but like, on her own, you need some really good supports if you're going to use her without using her with Fei Zhao. So that's a major problem Star Rail has. Is they're refusing to release any 4-stars in that game. Every single counts as a limited 5-star now. So that's terrific. Xenozone Zero is doing something similar, but I have way less problems with it in Xenozone Zero. Because in Xenozone Zero, the 4-stars are a lot more viable. At least in my experience. Like, Xenozone Zero is very much is the most skill-based game out of every game they've made. Because if you're good enough at Xenozone Zero, you don't take any damage. It is purely skill. So the thing is with Genshin, no matter how skilled you are, you will run out of stamina. Or you will fail to melt the fucking stupid Natlan's boss shield and then get nuked for it. Whereas in Xenozone Zero, you can always dodge every attack. There's no stamina limit on that. You can counter it is pure skill. So you do not need the best characters. Xenozone Zero definitely has some power creep. Because Miyabi exists. Astral Yao released, and people are saying she's crazy. I don't think she is. My C6 Lucy is better. And the other thing about Xenozone Zero is not hard to get the 4-stars to C6. Because there's less of a match, which is why if a game is handled well, having less 4-stars can be a good thing. Because then it makes it really easy to actually get the 4-stars to C6. Because of that, I am like most of Xenozone Zero's 4-stars at C6, I think. Even though, of course, I have not spent a lot of money on Xenozone Zero, so it's not like I have an excess of wishes. Not to mention, I also went blank on the game for a couple months, and I don't do half of its events. I have missed a lot of free wishes on Xenozone Zero, and I still have, like, a lot of C6 characters. And I've not had really good luck either with pulling. Yeah, no, I really haven't. Yeah, so I'm not really all that mad about Xenosaga Zero's approach of never releasing another 4 stars since the game's release. It doesn't bother me. I think it's fine. It could become a problem. It could, but right now I think it's fine. I definitely would say like Xenosaga Zero, despite being total Guna bait, is also probably the most ethical out of all of these gachas. I mean, most ethical probably Wuthering Waves. It is. The 80 pity on Wuthering Waves really actually feels nice. It's not a big difference. I don't know how the soft pity works in Wuthering Waves, but I assume it's fair. But yeah, the pity being 10 lower in Wuthering Waves feels nice. And Wuthering Waves also consistently has login wishes for free as well. Yeah, I mind Xenosaga Zero's approach to 4 stars. Wuthering Waves is also doing the same thing as well. Wuthering Waves has not released a single 4-star since the game released as well. It seems to be a very popular thing to
As
do
for
now.
Yai Publishing House's
Just make
sponsorship,
every new
as
character
long as
be
we win
limited
the
5-star.
competition, we get to decide the terms.
Granted, it's not like releasing new 4-stars would be a bad thing. I mean,
My guess is that
make
she's
4
doing
stars
this
good.
all for
That's
the
all I say.
entertainment factor. For fun, basically.
Fun. Kyobo Koban likes fun.
Genshin does have some crap 4 stars. It also has some really, really good ones.
Good idea.
No,
So what kind of game
no,
are you gonna
people
make?
are correct in saying like those 4 stars have held up to
We're
like
calling it A
Jingcho,
Little Fox's Daydream. Basically,
or
you play
Zhangling
as a fox,
since release.
navigating between sweet
Well, there
dreams and
are
nightmares in
characters
search of
that are
delicious
really
fried
good
tofu.
that have come since release. We've got Kuki Shinobi, we've got Chevres, we got Yao Yao. Kole and Kirara are both usable at the very least. Lanyan, we just got. She's great. It's like actually really good to the point she arguably power crept John Lee. A fucking Archon, mind you. One of the best supports of the game. And that's a 4-star which everyone got for free. Who else? Gamming. We got Gamming, who's one of the best DPSs in the game.
Takes some inspiration from
Granted,
real
he's
life.
extremely niche, but he is one of the best DPSs in the damn game. Somehow.
That's the definition of fun, don't you think? So, want to give it a try?
Let's zoom out real quick. Let's take a... No, wait. Crap. Okay, well, we're on the game now. Well, something like this is actually really easy to program. I can do this. And I mean literally this. I know exactly in my head how to replicate this game in Unreal. Oh. We actually had an activity in class on how to do something like this. Why is there a second platform? I mean, there's multiple ways you could do this. But the way I would do it is to... Well, you make the 2 levels and you just teleport between them smoothly. I've actually been considering getting a Steam Deck recently. I've always wanted, like, there's so many more games on Steam that you won't see on consoles.
Alright, we checked out each of the games. Wanna give any of them?
Right, new event weapon. Where are you? For once, there's an event weapon I think I will actually use. And I have a materials to upgrade it. It's not going to be a huge buff for Zhangling, but I think I do want it. 40% attack. That is a big deal. You can just slap onto any Zhangling team where she doesn't have energy problems. Yeah, it's been 40% attack.
I can't believe I finished everything in time. That was close. Yeah, it was a very last-minute change of plans. We had to get a bunch of supplies ready, like the Tanuki Game Award, which took a while. If only I had a bit more time, I'm sure I could have made it look better.
This world is full of...
conquering
Well, did you get a good look at all the games? Oh, and what are your thoughts? I'm all ears. Fascinating. Which game are you looking forward to the most? Bunshin, huh? I'm not surprised she's interested in learning that ninjutsu.
Wait, you know how to make...
Well, if it's conjuring a body double to sit at the shrine in my place, that's child's play. I'm sure plenty of yokai can do the same. But best not let Nana find out. Pretend I didn't say anything, okay?
Well, we had to pick one, but honestly, all the ideas were pretty good.
Someone's writing a fanfiction about that.
It's still early days, so there's no rush to make a decision. Plenty of novels at Yai Publishing House have opened on a high note, only to lose the plot halfway through. You can pick your favorite game once everyone's done with their work.
Wow, time really flew by today. It's so late already. The game booths were cool, but the food was even better. There were vendors selling dongo milk, tricolor dongo, rice
I think I started
cake,
talking
soup,
about it
you
and then
name
stopped
it.
myself. We had a activity in class where we took a game. No, we took the basic 3D game template in Unreal, and then we made it so we implemented 2 levels via not level streaming, but placing one level inside of another level, which sounds really weird, but it's really simple. And we're making you teleport between both of them with a push of a button. And then we made it so you have to like jump through between the 2 levels.
Paimon saved the
And I
skewer
made it
just
a
for
really
you.
difficult
Here,
platform.
before it gets cold. No, of course not. If you don't want it, Paimon will eat it herself.
I really wonder how they code portals in Portal and Splitgate.
Tastes great, right? Which means we should come back for more tomorrow.
The actual portal function itself probably isn't all that hard to make. The bugginess of it is probably difficult to figure out.
Wait. Do you see that up ahead? What's someone doing
The
up
hard
this way?
part is probably sorting out the visuals of the portal reflecting what's actually beyond
Clothes
it.
look kind of weird. Oh, could they be one of those costumed actors? Hey,
I don't
hello
like
there?
it when
Are
goofy
you
events
also
like
here
this
for the
actually have a plot. You don't need a plot here. Also, the random impact frame there. Because, is it automatically an impact frame just to make it black and white? What the fuck is going on? What was that?
What was that for? They attacked us out of nowhere! Something's not right about this.
Oh.
Be careful, traveler!
This was like one of the few trials in that land I actually liked. This one, I forgot you did. Bit random to throw it in here. I would like a character who's actually... I've been asking for a character whose kit is actually parrying for a while. And I think it should be literally this, just polish up more of it, because it's a bit clunky. Maybe we could do it for the next Traveler element. There does seem to be some feature we're interested in now, because we're testing it out a lot.
Well, you fought that strange person and made them disappear. But that... Whew, you nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Also, what was with that thunder just now? It came out of nowhere. What's wrong?
Has a nightmare returned to Inazuma once again?
Stop them plotting fun, goofy events like this. Can we just have the Game Awards and have it be the Game Awards? Oh shit! In the last event in Inazuma, they did tease that something was happening, didn't they?
Gaming tonight.
The music event, which had Marco Meatball in it, they teased that there's another war coming to Inazuma or something at the end, didn't they?
Kimura?
And then they just did nothing
with the yelling?
That.
I can hear you just fine. Let's go.
Is this following up on that?
What? You're not coming? Kimura, weren't you over there?
Oh wait, that's it. Here we go. Where am I? What's my pity currently? It's like 30, isn't it? $39. Oh boy. So I have 110 wishes right now. Pretty good. Really shouldn't have wished for no left. Really shouldn't have, man. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these kinds of events having plots to them. I'd rather they were just fun, stupid stuff. But whatever.
Boring. Here.
And I like this event so far. The games were fun. That's about it. I like these characters getting screen time. They deserve it. Right, am I going to go play Roofing Waves? You'll never catch me like glazing Roofing Waves like other people do. I refuse to do that. Not unless it actually does something truly exceptional and worth glazing it for, but I don't think it will do that. It's like being marginally better than your competition in some very specific ways, which ultimately don't really matter all that much, does not suddenly make you amazing. People say like Roofing Waves is so generous. It still has a 50-50. It's still gambling. It's just slightly not as bad gambling, but it's still gambling.
Worthless.
Also mentioned in Roofing Waves, Jinxie is so much stronger than my Carlotta, but I don't know if I can go back to playing Carlotta, despite the fact that I love her playstyle. Like, my Jinxie, Carlotta takes like fucking like a solid like 2 or 3 minutes to kill her boss for her boss materials. I tested Jinxie against the same boss, and she wiped it in literally about 5 seconds. I casted her ultimate, I did one string of her skill, and that was it. So I used Jinxie's ultimate, that took out half of a boss's health, and then I used Jinxie's 4 basic attacks, then I used her skill, and then I used her skill again, then I did 4 enhanced basics, and then I used her skill, and the final hit of the skill, which is like 99%, or literally more than 99% of the skill's actual damage, didn't even hit. They were dead before that hit. And that's where most of Jinxie's damage comes from, in her rotation. And it was dead within like 10 seconds. Whereas Carlotta was struggling that thing for ages. So Jinxie is a must pull. She's so fucking good. The game is nowhere near as fun without her. Again, the problem with Wing Waves is its boss designs. They are not properly designed around their characters. It feels like whoever is in charge of designing the bosses does not communicate with whoever is charged of designing the character kits. It feels like they're designing 2 completely different games, and it's just not mesh. And it's also really bad for a gacha game to have bosses where certain characters can't fucking hurt them. I mean, Genshin has a very good example of that. But thankfully for Genshin, it's only like 1 or 2 bosses. It's, this guy and this guy. And to extend, this lass as well. And even this guy. I mean, an elemental check isn't too bad. But, especially when it's like a generic elemental check. Like, requiring Pyro is not a difficult category to meet. Requiring Geo, that is stupid. That is really stupid. That's more because Geo sucks. Actually, that is a really good point with Golden Wolf Lord here. Let's just look at how many Geo characters there are in the game. It's really not good. How many of these are sub DPSs? 1 requires her burst. 1. Technically 2. 3, 4, 5.
Osmanthus.
So there's 5 characters in the game you can really use against Golden Wolf Lord. I mean, of course, you can use DPSs as well, but obviously using a Geo DPS is very problematic because they suck. I still really want to get Chiori, just because she's got amazing drip, doesn't she? She really does. Chiori is this game's Camellia for me. Such impeccable style. Of which I'm just not much of a fan of her kit, and she's not very strong. I mean, she is fairly strong, but I just mean like relatively. If she gave like a damage boost or something somehow, I would probably actually really want to get her. But as is, she just does geo damage, which is like cool. It's not even like super high DPS. Nahida does more. Whilst also being really good at playing Dendro. Frino also probably does more sub DPS. So yeah, it's not all that crazy. Oh yeah, we were gonna look at 4 stars. Right. Lanyan is great. Auroron is great. Kachina is crap. Cephos is fine. He's an electro DPS. Gaming is technically one of the best DPSs in the game at C6. He's good. Chevreuse is amazing. One of the best scouters ever released for the game. such an amazing character. Charlotte is cool, but very niche. Very niche. Feminine sucks. Lynette. Lynette is a sad case. She is a good character, but there's several characters who are just straight up better. So it really sucks. Viola is fine. Carve is awful. Mika is niche, and he's not really good in that niche. Yao Yao is great. Farazan is niche, and she is really good in that niche. Layla's fine. Candice has like one team, which is actually really good. But, Dory isn't awful. I think Dory is overhated. She does have kind of a lot going for her. She has healing, and she's the worst Kuki Shinobu. The Kuki Shinobu is cracked as fuck. Kole is fine, and she's handed that for free. Heizo is, Kuki Shinobu is one of the best characters in the whole game. Yunjin is very niche, and she's not crazy good in that niche, but she's alright. Goro is very niche, and he's that niche. Tomo's niche, and he's not. Kujo Sara is technically one of the best supports in the game. Sayu is meh. Yanfei is not really good DPS by today's standards, but she's just the worst Hu Tao. Rosario is niche, but good in her niche. Jinyan sucks. Diona is also niche, and is fine in that niche. Sucrose is good. Chongyun is very niche. Noelle is very niche. Bennett is amazing. Fischl is amazing. Ningguang is awful. Xingqiu is great. Beidou is okay-ish. Zhangling is crazy good. Razor is fine. Barbara is a good starter unit, but eventually gets power rep out of existence. Lisa is okay for a starter Hyper Bloom team. Kaya is a crime to use him. And Amber exists. The people that say, like, oh yeah, 4 stars have been crap since the release of the game, so they're too scared to release another Fischl, or Bennett, or Xingqiu, or Zhang Ning. I detest that, because we have gotten good characters. It's simply in denial to say we haven't. Kujo Sara is great, granted she is a little bit limited. Yuki Shinobu is great. Farazan is great in her niche. Like, I will say, like, yes, these are kind of like universally good characters. But then I say, what did you expect? These are the release characters. Of course, the characters that they release with the game are going to be like the most universally good ones. So you want to encourage the players to play with a sandbox. So of course they are. You can see them become progressively more and more niche with release. And, like, some of these characters have fallen off. Fischl is not crazy good anymore.
Created another.
Look, that's the thing. I'm really actually kind of sad, because Fischl, part of the reason why I want a 5-star Fischl is because I don't use Fischl anymore, despite the fact I have a C6. So you'd think she'd be really good. Also, I have a really good build on her. I have a good build on her, and I have a C6, and I never use her. Because she has very limited, very few use cases. Bennett is great. Zhang Ling is great. Xingqiu has kind of been phased out of most of his teams now. There are, like, he's still good in every team, but in pretty much every single one of Xingqiu's teams, there's now a better option. So several of, like, also Sucrose, we now have Lanyan, who, I mean, does she buff EM anywhere in her kit? I think she does, right? Yes, in constellations. Lanyan's great, man. But yeah, Sucro's gotten power crept kind of by Kazuha's a 5-star. You have other 4 stars above EM, but not as much, but they do. Colle and DMC. Wasn't there somewhere else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Warren gives a fucking 40% elemental damage percent buff. Chauffeurs is crazy. Gaming has really good damage, actually. Charlotte is a team-wide healer, which is really nice. There's a lot of really respectable 4-stars here still. We have the big five? Xingqiu, Zhangling, Bennett, Fischl, Sucrose. Yeah, the big five. They aren't as competitive anymore. Xingqiu and Sucrose. We have 3 of them. Xingqiu, Fischl, and Sucrose. All 3 of those characters are kind of out of the meta right now. They're still good. They're still really good characters. But a lot of them have been taken out of their best teams. Look, do not use Xingqiu of Al Haytham. Do not use Xingqiu of Al Haytham. Please, for the love of God, don't do it. Ironically, they're actually Sucrose, Xingqiu, Bennett, Zhangling is actually like a pretty good team, I think. I don't think I have anything else to say. Really good.